Peace and love, everybody. I'm Al, and welcome back to the channel. This is where we talk about all things about spirituality and self improvement. And today I want to talk to you guys about something that I've talked about before, but I want to touch base with it really quick just because it's sort of becoming relevant for me again. And that is fasting, right? And one thing that I started to start researching, and I want to know more and understand more before I really get into depth with this. But I'm starting to see. I've come across some ideas and correlations with longevity and fasting. Right. I already know, and I've talked about this before, that fasting is really good to clean the body. Right. There's a reason why fasting is a very popular and traditional thing in many cultures around the world. Right. It cleanses the body. It allows the body to have a sort of reset in the stomach, and overall it's a great way to sort of hit that reset button. And one thing that I've come across is the idea that longevity is associated with eating less. And one thing that I've also started to come across, and I've actually known this about it for a while, is that there are some people in the world that supposedly, right, that they haven't eaten for a very extended period of time. Now, what do I mean by extended period of time? Is we're talking months, we're talking years, and even decades that supposedly people have not eaten at all, nothing. They don't eat food, they don't drink water, they don't pass urine or stool. And that's kind of something that I want to know more about. It doesn't sound like something that exists, but at the same time, right, over and over again, time after time, we've proven to ourselves that we can really, we can break our perceived limits, right? Even though a car may be, a ton or however many pounds a car weighs, we're actually able to lift cars, and it's not just a man that can do it, but women have done it as well. I'm sure you've heard of that story, right? Pretty sure that's one of the things that all schools talk about, is the story of a woman who saves her child from underneath a car. She's trapped under a car, and she gets really pumped up and stressed out, and adrenaline gets released into her body. She gains massive amounts of strength, lifts the car as if it's nothing, gets the daughter out, and that's just a glimpse of what I think we're really capable of. And I'm curious to see what you know what can a woman really do when they go the extra mile. You know, what can they do when they really utilize fasting in an organized way, in a responsible way, and in a way that benefits themselves in the long run. You know, I mean, people living over 100 is it's one of those things where we feel like we can't do, right? It seems like, you know, in our culture, right, the Western culture. Well, hold on, I gotta say something really quick. You know, not our culture. I don't consider the Western culture my culture, right? That's a whole other conversation. But as I said before, right, and if you know me personally, I've probably said this to you, words have power. And, you know, because of the things, I don't really agree with a lot of the culture. I don't agree with the music. I don't agree with a lot of the movies that are put out, right? They may be entertaining, but a separate conversation, right? So I have to make that separation because it's really important, right? Especially this day and age. But anyways, so the Western culture, right? So the Western culture has this idea that we can't, you're lucky if you live past 100 years old, right? You're lucky if you make it to 90 and 80, hopefully make it to 70, right? 60s, you'll probably get there. That's sort of the general idea, more or less, as to what most people have here. as to what you can expect out of your lifespan. But I gotta tell you, when you see documented cases of people living past 100, there's a woman in London who was about 150. She existed. That's a real thing that you can look up. I don't remember her name, but I can get back to that. Supposedly there was a man who lived in the mountains of China. I want to say probably 100 or 200 years ago. He's documented to have lived from anywhere from 200 to 250, right? There's people who have, plenty of people who in the US, right, who have lived, 110, 120, right? And it's weird because here we are in 2020, right? We're supposedly we're capable of doing so much, but at the same time, we can't live that long. That doesn't make any sense, right? So either we're not as advanced as we think, or we're just doing something completely wrong, And I think that the solution, and I find the solution to be in what you eat. What you eat and how much you eat. More or less what you don't eat and how less you eat, right? I mean, right now I'm approaching I think I'm about anywhere from 18 hours in on a fast. I haven't eaten yet. The last time I ate was 9 o'clock last night. That's a little late to eat, right, for my schedule, but I was kind of hungry. And I'll tell you, whenever I fast, I can't tell you how much better I feel when I don't eat anything for anywhere from a 24-hour to a 72-hour window. It's the weirdest thing. And the thing that I try to explain to people is that you have to try it for yourself. You have to experience it before you can say, "Oh yeah, that makes sense," It's like for someone who eats 3 meals a day, right? Maybe with a couple snacks thrown in there, will probably never understand the power of fasting. And it's a damn shame because it's not only good for you, but it makes you feel better. It makes you feel lighter. And there's more energy that you just have, right? Or you perceive that you have more energy. And that's a beautiful thing because you can channel that into whatever it is that you want to put that in, whether it's, your career, whether it's some sort of side business that you're building up, right? Whatever, dude, a hobby. You can do that. It's funny too? I'm speaking at a faster rate, right? I notice that whenever I eat a lot, I tend to feel sluggish. My brain doesn't want to think as fast. But when I do fast, I feel lighter, I feel like I have more energy, I can talk faster. I feel better overall. And that's what I'm talking about. And I feel like, it's not just, fasting isn't just good for cleansing the body. It's not just good for trying to just feel better and healthier. As of this moment, again, I have to do more research. I really do. But I couldn't wait to share this because I think not only is this really important, but I just want to talk about it, dude, because who doesn't want to feel better? Who doesn't want to live a better life, taking incremental steps, one step at a time? That's what this channel is all about. Yeah, we talk about spirituality up in the building, right? That's true, and I love it. But we also I incorporate things that improve the quality of life, right? And this is one of those things. Fasting is so huge. And I feel like that absolutely fasting has a correlation with longevity, And I'm wondering how far you can really take it. Is there a medium ground where you hit the sweet spot, right? maybe you don't, maybe you don't go without eating for, 6 days a week and you eat 1 day a week. Maybe that's too much, right? Maybe that's never a good idea at some point. Or maybe, right? Maybe at some point, because it's a gradual process, right? It's kind of like going to the gym. You can't go in and just try to bench press 400 pounds. It's not going to happen, right? You have to work up to that point. Like fasting, I think you have to work towards that point that you could even think about fasting that long, right? Especially regularly. So I'm wondering is, what if it gets to a point where you can really fast, right? And get to a point where you can go a week or longer without eating. Maybe not do that regularly. See, I don't know. I have to do more research. It's so fascinating because, there's another story of a yogi in India who supposedly hasn't eaten anything since he was of the age of 12, and they recorded him 24/7 surveillance, right? Video, audio, pretty much you can check off, every single tick box, right, as to how they can monitor him. And the dude never passed stool for like over 72 hours. He never passed urine at all, right? I mean, I have to look back at that because it's been a while since I've checked it out. But see, that's amazing. And that's something that you'll never hear about on the news. Why? Don't ask me, ask the news, But that's when I see things like that, I see profound human potential. I see progress. I see us getting back to where we should be, where we potentially used to be. That's what I see. That's where I want to be, fully tapped into our potential, to where we should be. And again, where our ancestors potentially used to be, right? And so that's pretty much what I have to say. I'm just looking up at the sky here. The sun's probably going to be setting in about an hour or so. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, That's something that I'm going to be looking into. I'm getting back into fasting. I'll admit, I fell off the wagon for a little bit. It happens, right? That's just a part of the journey. Sometimes you tumble. Sometimes you trip. Sometimes you scrape a knee. But the important thing is that you get back up, and you keep taking another step by step. Keep taking those steps. I see a butterfly right here. Let's check it out. All right. Okay. I don't want to scare it away. All right, see that? Yeah, it's that little blurry thing. Let me see if I can get closer. Or is that a dragonfly? Oh, where is it? There it is. Nice, look at that, dude. I don't know what kind of dragonfly that is, but that's what's up, dude. Being out here in nature, spending time with the squad, with the family. Yeah, that's what's up, dude. That's family. Nature is family. All of this, doesn't matter how hippie it sounds, this is family. You know why? You know why I can say that? Right? It's because we are nature. We coexist in nature. At least we're supposed to be. We're supposed to coexist in nature. We come from nature. We are of nature. And by default, that is a part of us, So, well, I think that's all I got to say for now. I'm going to hop off. I hope you guys have had a great day, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. So, take care, If you start fasting at any point, or if you're doing fasting, whatever it is, then let's connect. I'll leave my Instagram down in the link below. You could also comment, and be sure to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash that bell notification so that you get a video notification every time I pump something out. All right? Cool beans, guys. Take care. I'll see you next time. Peace.